for everyone. Now, it's a trade thought me, God darn it. You know, my concept about us. Okay, no, it's a trade thought for me. I'm Naya, Junior with Love Respect, and this is Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Said you mad, you're worthy. Don't dim your light when you fall from a hater. We gonna try to distract you. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. Fall from a hater. Neighbor. We ain't the same neighbor. Hit the chain and throw for me. Hater, stay in your lane. Stop the violence. I gotta go. I'm peace. I bring peace. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. They gonna hate on you because you elevated. Believe in faith they can't relate to. Regardless, you don't pray to the same person. Don't allow someone dim your light because you're showing up for yourself. Don't dim your light. Yeah, you matter. You're worthy. You matter. You're worthy. Love yourself. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Today is currently December 7th, 2025, and it's currently 10:16 p.m. My content is not for everyone. No, it's a trait on me. It's not. It's no need to be watching me disturb your peace or being a big bully dummy. No, it's a trait on me. A motherfucker will watch you within watching you, be so bothered fighting at the end of the day, all because, hold on one second, they forgot their own fucking communication, self-control. What happened to your discipline, stupid? It's the trait on me. You know, someone is not for you. Find something entertainment to do, like pour into yourself. It's the train of thought for me. You know, my content, everybody, that's okay. And I say respectfully, to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooks you. Never give up on yourself because someone will respect you, protect you, or even meet you halfway. You poured into the wrong cup, but you're mad and you're worthy. Healing childhood trauma going into your adulthood is not an overnight process, and it's not a race, but you matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself when someone says that you don't have potential and you ain't got malicious and you fall from hating. Because we are all not the same. No, it's a trade it off for me. We're not. My content is not for everyone. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself. They wanted you to doubt yourself. The weight goes up and down, and I'm not talking about narcotics. It be the train of thought for me, how folks want to see you down, let alone see you frown, all because you believe in the intuition they can't relate to. Hold on one second, when you was never competing, or you understood, hold on one second, how a power of prayer would allow you to see why you was motivating yourself to go within. Even when you get lost within your words, the end they would never understand that, hold on one second, having a speech problem. Getting lost in your words, you still found balance when it come to, hold on one second, when it came to God's flow, being authentic at the end of the day, understanding why you made mistakes, understanding your errors, that hold on one second, it's okay to make corrections. Here's the train of thought for me. You know how when your weight goes up and down, folks in the background can't wait to say at the end that they can control the narrative, but God was really showing you the devil, allowing the enemy when they was playing with spoke in a toxic way, when God was really covering you, allowing you to see why you truly was truly beautiful, because it started within. Hold on one second, they couldn't steal what God endured with you at the end of the day, even when they couldn't pray to go within. No, it's a trick on me. I don't know what's wrong with these fools. They said that you're ugly, you're slow, you're stupid. You a bitch, you a nobody. They try to humble you in a place when you're trying to better yourself, but you understood it was never competition when it came to someone's culture that day. Didn't matter their sexual orientation, disability, your age. You were trying to become your best self vision of yourself. Hold on one second. You understand that your weight may go up and down, but that didn't dim your light. To hold on one second, to overlook yourself, because God was fixing your crown. They would never understand how you maintain a smile going through storms they can relate to. Hold on one second, it was never competition when it came to testimony, healing, trauma, pain, still being patient with time and day. No, it's a trick over me. You know, because a woman or a man, when they lose a baby, I don't mean no disrespect, but their weight does go up and down. A mother or father, doesn't matter at the end of the day that they have to take a parent to actually deal with depression when they wasn't trying to hurt nobody. But hold on one second, their diet actually changed at the end of the day. Folks pick and choose who they want to hate on. Disrespect, hold on one second, because someone chose to move a different direction when they're not trying to hurt themselves or others around them. Someone decided to put something in their digestive system at the end of the day. They switched it up. Only was the hold on one second. They wasn't on the same page with you, but they wasn't trying to lose themselves. It be the train of thought for me. how this type of stuff actually happens. You know, because depression, anxiety, PTSD, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You could have been having a good or bad day or whatever the case may be, but someone swears they know you at the end of the day when they didn't have to project their own pain. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to healing. Hold on one second. Emotionally, hold on one second. Intelligence. You know, because when you understand outgrowing the old, you start to act your body weight when it comes to maturing. Something that folks can relate to. How did you truly go within? To understand that, hold on one second, it wasn't an excuse because you truly was beautiful. God's blessing. You know, how may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. You know, because people carry their weight differently. You know, when someone gets into a healthy relationship compared to that toxic relationship, it's some people that gain weight. It's some people that lose weight. Then that toxic relationship, it's some people that gain weight, then lose weight. It'd be the train of thought for me how people be picking and choosing at the end of the day when it comes to stereotyping, but you don't know what someone's going through mentally. It'd be the challenge for me. You know, I had to challenge myself to understand it was never competing. I would just learn at the end of the day, it's okay to learn every single day. Hold on one second, especially when you pour into yourself. They wouldn't ever understand why you overlook yourself. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Today is currently December 7th, 2025. You know, no mother or father should lose a child due to someone's jealousy, envy, or insecurity, or because someone wants to control the narrative, painting someone to be a crash out when someone wasn't part of someone's participation at the end of the day, or because someone wanted to change their life for all the right reasons at the end of the day. When it comes to maturing, they didn't think they was better than somebody. Then they just understood, hold on one second, I had to outgrow unhealthy habits. You know, because a mother and father that prays for their child, you know, that mother and father that wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. You know, energy harvesting or projecting sport towards their baby. They just want their baby to become their best self version of themselves. The intuition is different. And as soon as that child starts to move differently, remove themselves out of certain, you know, conversations, certain groups that wasn't for them. It's someone that's trying to rob them mentally, spiritually, financially, even project sports, sending them evil lie. You know, project a hate crime towards them, even condone domestic violence. Hold on one second, everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but that mother and father should never have to deal with that phone call. Or because someone lacks self-control, because someone wants to shortchange somebody's life. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, there's a mother and father, regardless of keeping poverty and pain at the end of the day. You know, a little version of them at the end of the day that they're able to pour into to show them the proper love and the proper tools what this thing called life is. Becoming a best self vision of themselves. You know, even when that mother and father didn't have the proper role model in their life, how they're able to pray for their child, not against their child. They're able to get their child the proper help that they need at the end of the day. You know, not to leave them blindsided when it comes to where they're trying to project pain. You know, energy is different. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, it doesn't matter if a mother and a father was in a single family household or not, because it's a 50-50 situation where someone did get love and someone didn't, or someone was overlooked at the end. They found felt abandoned, felt like their voice didn't matter at the end of the day, was labeled a number at an early age, even till this day. But they have a name only because the hold on one second, God didn't make a mistake when God created you that day, because God brought a blessing into your life. It was a miracle, allowing you to see, okay, someone can call you mom and dad. Only because the hold on one second, you are worthy to overcome what you've been through when it comes to pain. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. But no mother or father should be shortchanged of their child because someone lacks self-control, or because someone wants to control someone's child. And I say that respectfully, because someone decided to walk away from a relationship, someone decided to walk away from a friendship that didn't matter what subject in the day. No. When someone is not for you, regardless of what the relationship is at the end of the day, when God closed certain doors and certain people's life at the end of the day, it's for them to continue to elevate and blossom. It should be no reason why you to feel like you got to take control and try to control the narrative and have a hate group going up against somebody or sending someone spell work because you want to control the narratives, the energy harvest of their energy, or to gain off of them at the end of the day when it comes to their finances, when it's not yours. How this type of stuff actually happens, talking about you mature. Now, the truth off of me, how people pick and choose when they want to bully people. You know, my content is not for everyone. You know, no mother or father should have their child stripped away from them because someone wants to control the narrative and make a mother or father feel like they're mentally unstable. They're not capable of being able to be parents, or making a mother and father feel like they're worthless, or make a mother and father feel at the end of the day they're nobody. When that mother's a protector, that father's a protector, they're both providers. Regardless to their background at the end of the day, if the relationship didn't work out or not, if they came from poverty and pain at the end of the day. That was a mother who stood up at the end of the day and said that she was fighting for her child. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding days. Even days when she felt like she didn't have the strength. But a vision of her at the end of the day, her voice still matters to this day. Regardless of who's still trying to control the narrative and divide her household when it comes to her heart, that she would never be able to escape. You know, no mother or father should be put in a situation where someone wants to energy harvest or someone's child, or send someone's child spell work, or can bring confusion into someone's child's mental health at the end of the day and make them feel like their mother and father don't love them. Or make them feel at the end of the day it was the norm to have this mindset of dividing a household when a mother and father knew how to show up for their child, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. It is. Now, that's the truth on me, God darn it. You know, entertain purpose only. You know, my content, everybody, and that's okay. Now, that's the truth on me. Y'all been minding, but with the money, but no, hold on 1 second. I said what I said. Hold on 1 second. You ever realize you had to answer the phone for one of your family members or your friends or your associates, whatever the case may be? And they decide to say, you know, we're having a family gathering, or the case may be. You ever had that one family member or friend, they said, you know, I taught my kids how to cook. I taught them, you know, that we may not be blood related, but I taught them how to cook. You ever had that one person fix their face and say, I'm so embarrassed? No, it's the trade off of me. I'm not claiming that child. It's the trade off of me. That sounds real personal. No, for real. So they start to invite you to this family get together or whatever the case may be. Whatever the event is, you put a name in your book. You get there within getting anything, you're going to have a good old time. No, that's the trade off of me. Come as you are. That's how they said for you to show up. It's the trade off of me. You know, when you give someone instructions to do the most simplest things and only runs the hold on 1 second. What happened to the instructions? You didn't follow common sense, stupid. It's the trade off of me. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you make broccoli and corn, no disrespect, you know, those are the most simplest things that you could do. Boil. No, it's the trade off of me. But you know, there's a such thing at the end of the day if you overly sit it in water. Hello, dummy. No, for real, that's not a good taste. No, it's not. And especially when majority of your guest is vegetarians. It's the trade off of me. They be it's trade off me. Talk to your mammy. This fool starts to figure out and say, who made the goddamn corn and the broccoli? How you mess it up? This shit tastes like water. I can barely. Your child did it. It's the training thing. You gonna curse somebody else out? You better go talk to your pygmy, stupid. You know, my concept is not for everybody. You know, everybody's household ain't divided. You got a mother and father, even if the household is split at the end of the day, they actually acknowledge their child, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. You know, praying for your child, that energy is different. A mother and father have an excuse when it comes to days that, hold on 1 second, even days when they couldn't see. I love you, I got your back. I love you, I got your back. Said I love you, I got your back. The words against you, but I love you. Now, that's a trade off for me. You know, because that mother and father look at their child like competition to rob them mentally, spiritually, or financially. It be the trend of thought for me. Because everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to competing. You'll be so surprised how a person will paint a pitch at the end of the day. Like, damn, trying to ruin your reputation. The paint you have to be the villain in their story. All because, hold on one second, someone wants to control the narrative. But that household at the end, they regardless was divided. And at the end of the day, they was truly protected. You know, that mother and father, regardless to how much of a distance they was, they still pray for their baby regardless of how old they was. And I said respectfully, you know, someone outgrowing the tallest shoes, someone acting their body weight when it comes to maturing. Hold on one second, someone still asking their moms and pops, how do I tie my shoe? No, it's a trade though. They be a trade though because sometimes you forget. No, for real. You know, that mother and father that wants to grow old with you. You know, even days, hold on one second, when certain folks don't know how to accompany you. How your moms and pops are just one phone call away. They ain't your friend at the end of the day, but hold on one second, they gonna always hold you down. To let you know at the end of the day, I got your back. That energy is different. They know how to fix your crown and maintain your smile. Even when the world's against you, that energy is different. Wow. A mother and father's love is different. You know, the ones that's not doing it for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. You know, the one at the end of the day, y'all dealt with pain. But the ones that didn't have to push you out to the wolves. You know, even days when you felt discouraged, hold on one second, misunderstood. The ones that actually saw you recognize the end of the day. I corrected my wrong to understand my mistakes. Hold on one second. I got someone that got my back. Hold on one second. I ain't running from my path because I understood my reflection. I had the right people by my side when it comes to, hold on one second, taking accountability for my actions. You know, the ones that don't throw stuff under the rug. They actually look at you in the face at the end of the day. Say, I see the best in you. You can become your best self vision of yourself. Don't never discourage yourself or dim your light because I'm praying for you. And I say that respectfully. No matter how many miles you away at the end of the day, only was, hold on one second, someone's still showing you a way. You know, when it comes to guidance. Because it be days where you don't understand a recipe when you go in the kitchen, but someone still shows you the proper ingredients. And I ain't talking about narcotics, but hold on one second, everybody's household ain't the same. No, it's right though for me. The energy is different. A mother's phone call, a father's phone call. It's still available. It's not disconnected. You know, the love that a mother and father has for their baby. Only realize the hold on one second how time flies. Only realize the hold on one second. It just multiplies when it came to blessings. How someone truly shows you at the end of the day, even days when they was discouraged, they know how to pour into themselves. They allowed you to see at the end of the day a man and woman that you stand before yourself today. How so much thankful you are to have the parents that you have today. Only realize the hold on one second. You wouldn't change it for the world to call them mom and dad. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Today is currently December 7th, 2025. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not, and I'm far from a hater. We all don't pray the same. But it's the truth of me. I said what I said. I'm far from a hater. No matter your tax bracket. Hello. Why would I want to doubt myself? All you projected is nothing but hate and jealousy and envy at the end of the day. All because I understood pretend that you can relate to. It's confidence gone within. How you misunderstand yourself at the end of the trying to antagonize an innocent person. All because they understand that, hold on one second, they was understand and catch their blessings right to left. A flex that you can relate to was gone within. How you misunderstand yourself multiple times. And then you sit there trying to paint somebody to be the villain in your story. All because someone who had to take accountability for their action, they wasn't running from their past. When it comes to God's rejection, God's protection, when God showed them, hold on one second, the devil and the enemy, hold on one second, up close in person. You got mad at somebody because they understood their intuition. You know, better days ahead. Hold on one second. Even when it was lacking, when it come to potential, they got better when it came to time and they didn't have to get physical. When you try to antagonize them at the end of the day, all because, hold on one second, you made your own mistakes. You see someone actually putting the footwork in every single day. Something that you can relate to was kicking your bad habits. Someone found balance, asking God for better days. Only was the hold on one second, we was on the same page. No, it's a trade talk for me. No, for real. This type of stuff happens. No, for real. How chicks and dudes will put you in competition. They would disrespect you, sin spoken in a toxic way when you truly wasn't the issue. Or because you know how to take accountability for your action, becoming your best self, visioning yourself. Action spoke loud in words, you say that small talk for the birds. Hit me the train thought me, no, for real. Because when you trying to better yourself, regardless to what predicament you in, poverty and pain or not, at the end of the day, actions speak loud and words becoming your best self, vision of yourself. They will never understand that you was your biggest cheerleader when they didn't understand you're playing the devil alone, the enemy. Even folks at the end there that you had to part ways from when it came to, hold on one second, your testimony. Certain chapters at the end that you had to let go for all the right reasons, but God was protecting your mental. It was far from a joke. Hold on one second, becoming your best self, vision of yourself. Authenticity started with and far from a copycat. It will bother certain folks' mental health, all because, hold on one second, you know how to be authentic. Hold on one second. Be yourself, be yourself. It's the trade-off for me. You know, my content is not for everybody. Never allow someone to tell you that your dreams can't come true, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. You're going to have chicks and dudes in different tax bracket. The hate is real, but never allow that to confuse you when it comes to your mindset. Better days ahead than matter someone's tax bracket. I say that respectfully. Our chicks and dudes will say that you don't know how to operate, being authentic, how you a copycat. But hold on one second, they truly watching you. And they watching you to get discouraged. The only way, hold on one second, you understood why you use your testimony, being authentic, that bothered their mental. So they had to talk about you like a bad habit to ruin your reputation, but God was protecting your mental when they come to hold on one second. They say that you're mentally unstable. It's the trait on me. I don't know why they do that. Of course they're going to do that. Because you're different. Being authentic. A rhythm they can't relate to. That wasn't God's rejection. That was God's protection. Because when God truly shows you where your garden's being fulfilled at the end of the day, because you allowed yourself to see why you was playing the most healthiest way, the proper seeds. Only was a miracle. Only was, hold on one second, was no in-betweens. It was just patience, time, and day, believing in yourself, and like they can relate to why you believed in your faith. And you are loved and respected by all the right people that's not cheering for you at the end of the day. Because when God sends the right people into your life, the respect's an even exchange. And trust and believe is real loud. The trade though for me. No, for real. No, for real. You know, because when the right people walk into your life, and you're your biggest cheerleader, the right people see you, hear you, respect you. They don't got to show you no fake love because it's authentic, being real. They actually cheering for you because they see you, they hear you, they respect you. That energy is different when there's no hate or jealousy and envy at the end of the day, not trying to outdo you. They don't look at you at the end of the day, competition. And I say that respectfully. And especially when y'all both on two different types of levels when it comes to y'all missions. Y'all may not pray the same, but it wasn't seeking revenge. That energy is different when God show you that you are a blessing while you went within. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but never overlook yourself or feel like you alone at the end of the day when folks ain't rooting for you. Because you'd be so surprised at the end of the day, the real ones ain't got to pretend. No, it's the trade on me. They don't. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless to what man, woman, child, elderly, or couple is threatening my life or who's gang stalking me, and I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. I love to talk about love. No, it's the trend on me. I do. Love is real. Love is one of a kind. With the right one surely for you. I found love. I found love. I know I can't sing, but I still be trying. It's a trade though, as long as you know you try. That's it. Hey, forever. Hey. That energy is different. You know, when you find love, you feel like it's a dream, but when it's a reflection of your life, they will never understand. It was never no in-betweens. You know, because when the right person walks into your life to pursue you at the end of the day, it wasn't to play mind manipulation games with you. That energy has different confidence. You know, when God shows you, hold on one second, while your prayer was actually answered when you least expected, coming from poverty and pain, hold on one second, everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would have knew at the end of the day, true love will allow you to heal when you didn't have to get physical. That energy is different. Someone not reminding you of your past when it came to abuse. Hold on one second. It's not pointless conversations. Imagine seeing somebody at the end of the day. Only was the hold on one second conversation just got it better when it's time and day. Imagine falling in love with the love of your life. Only bring peace into their life wasn't complicated. That energy is different. You know, someone bringing peace into your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, that energy is different. You know, the love of God is different when you on divine timing. Two hearts collide at the end of the day. Only as the hold on 1 second, God allows you to see balance. It's different. You know, because when someone sees you, they respect you. Someone praying for you, not against you. That energy is different when it comes to the future. You allow yourself to see, hold on 1 second. I believe in faith. It's different when it comes to real love. Who would have known that true love was authentic? You know, someone was truly designed for your heart. Only was to hold on 1 second. They wasn't trying to outsmart you, let alone mislead you to pain. Someone walked into your life maturing his dear friend. You acting your body weight when it comes to your boundaries. Hold on 1 second. Someone truly shows you, hold on 1 second. They were just here to respect you, not to pretend. They wasn't wearing a mask to mislead you. All they saw was you at the end of the day, so they wasn't trying to project insecurities on you. You know, emotionally available, that energy is different. Someone truly showing you why your heart is truly showing your reflection. Got you going inside within, you know, butterflies. Hold on 1 second. You never felt before, but hold on 1 second. It just got better with time and day. And it became the norm like a hobby. Loving the love of your life truly properly. The energy is different. You gain the love of best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same to be on the same page. But who would have knew true love was your testimony? It wasn't toxic love, it was real love. Someone was in competition with you, hold on 1 second. Someone truly knew how to be loyal to you, respect you, value your time and day. Didn't have to get physical with you. They wasn't trying to shortchange of your pockets. Your mental health when it comes to your growth, the energy is different. Even when the outside world sending you spell work, sending you the evil lie, but who would have knew that God wasn't telling a lie when God truly showed you a miracle that someone could truly love you properly? That's what God allowed you to see. Why your prayers came true. You know, true love is not complicated. I may not make sense as the average person, but that's okay. They say fairy tales ain't real, but someone could truly walk into you, could truly complete you. Only rest the hold on 1 second. They wasn't trying to mistreat you. Imagine someone pouring into your cup as well as you meeting them halfway. Only rest hold on 1 second. Y'all was on God's time. Only rest hold on 1 second. You finally could relate. Because your past living your reality that day. Because actions speak louder than words when it comes to healing trauma and pain, allowing you to see why real love was real. Only rest the hold on 1 second. You're very so much thankful to be comfortable in your skin. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to that Irish person, but that's okay. And my content is not for everyone. It's not. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but that's okay. You can go find something else to do with your time, stupid. Hello. Never allow someone to dim your light and tell you that you don't got potential, regardless if they got more than you or not. And especially when you're not a hater. And especially when you know how to give flowers and credit when it's due, or just motivate somebody even when they're in a blindsided situation, or just be authentic, just rooting someone on. Like, I hope you have a good day. I'm rooting you on when it comes to your success at the end of the day. Because when people do that with good intentions, that energy is different because we all not fake, stupid. It's a trade-off for me. How chicks and dudes look at you like competition. They see that you got potential, but they try to reject you. They gotta have a whole group of people with different tax brackets try to dim your life, to humiliate you, laughing at you at the end. They all because you only being authentic. It bothers their mental. You pray differently. They say God not real when you have to get physical. They try to antagonize you, paint you mentally unstable, but you usually keeping them real. You know they wanted to mislead you with they pain, or because you knew how to understand. Hold on one second, you wasn't walking the hole of shame. God was showing the devil level and the enemy on two different levels. They would never understand that you wasn't trying to overlook yourself. Hold on 1 second, because you understood your reflection that you are worthy. You're going to have chicks and dudes and different tags back when you're trying to elevate and prosper in life. They're going to send spell work with their insecurity, dumbass selves. It's the trade on me, stupid. I said what I said. I'm far from a hater. It's type of stuff when it comes to gang stalking. How individuals with gang stalking, you don't have to know them or not. How somebody from your past will have someone monitoring your presence today to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or even send you spell work at the end of the day. Or project a hate crime towards you, or even make you homeless in the day, or even try to antagonize you so they can get a reaction out of you, so they can fight you and be like they will be able to control the narrative. And so I told you this person wasn't like they showed themselves to be. People can't wait for you to fall. They can't wait to say you will crash out. Boy, hold on, pray to say. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individuals will hack your devices, your accounts, your emails. They will reroute your mail. They will hold your mail as hostage. They will steal your mail. They will monitor your mail, your packages. They will even act like you got your mail or even your package in the day. They will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or even project smoke towards you. They will monitor your devices, hack your device, your accounts, your emails, and then paint you out to be mentally unstable. They will even use your documentations against you to get you locked up or even put in the cyber at the end of the day. After they've been gang stalking you, trying to poison you, regardless if it's your food, your drinks, your narcotics, you put a name in your book because everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to how did you heal from gang stalking, because your voice does matter. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. They will even project spell work on people that's trying to come towards you. They will even dig up your past at the end of the day to put a narrative as to that you continue to speak to people from your past when you don't. They will even pay individuals from your past that chapters you've been let go a long time ago just to humiliate you, just to disrespect you, to make you feel at the end of the day that you haven't prospered in life. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, my content is not for everybody. And they even will try to project fear in you. It doesn't matter if it's a single mother or not. It doesn't matter if it's a sex worker or an addict. It doesn't matter if it's someone in HRA. It doesn't matter what department someone works in, customer service. It doesn't matter what community someone works in, or what county, or what continent someone works in at the end of the day. How individual project spell work towards you, send you the evil lie, project spoke in front of your door, and then paint you out to be mentally unstable to destroy you as an individual because someone already threatened your life that nobody will ever believe you. Gang stalking is real. You don't have to know somebody for someone to gang stalk you. And when you speak up for yourself, someone that took your kindness or weakness will have individuals gang stalking you, monitoring your every move, so they can plot against you, so they can run up on you, so they can get their lick back at the end of the day, all because they decided to disrespect you. How this type of stuff actually happens. How someone will take your kindness or weakness and then paint you out to be mentally unstable because they want a reaction out of you. Because of the fact that you spoke up for yourself, and because your voice matters when someone said it didn't. Because they was already labeling you that you're crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded, and that you are nobody, you are bitch. I ain't gonna trade on me. Oh my God, why were they so harsh with the words? You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. I know how to respect my elders, and I say that respectfully. I'm not hurting nobody. I'm not committing a crime to hurt my neighbor at the end of the day, and I'm not hurting myself. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Never allow someone to dim your life, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not at the end of the day. And if you're a content creator and you got people in the background that know people that work in different departments, regardless if someone got more than you or not at the end of the day, never get discouraged because someone wants you to crash out, or someone wants you to dim your light and make you feel like you're not prospering, and the creativity that you're trying to bring to the people that you're trying to attract at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. And that just goes for life itself. It doesn't matter what it is, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not today. Never allow someone to dim your light. Because you may not be great to the average person, but the person that's cheering you on, they see greatness within you. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Hard to the genuine ones. I'm peace. I bring peace. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. Never let a hater dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. Never let a hater dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. Don't dim your light. It's another week. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. You gotta catch your blessings. Don't dim your light. Yeah, you're a miracle. Your moms and pops still love you. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same when it comes to having a guardian. But hold on 1 second. You had the outside words and you the evil lie. They said you wasn't gonna become nobody, but you matter. You're worthy to the right people. You are worthy. Don't dim your light. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. You know, they pick and choose. So, go talk about sexual orientation, sexuality, disability, age, narcotics, religion, spirituality, God, and devil, whatever the case may be, or even healing. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully, regardless of what man, woman, couple, child, or elder in the day is trying to blackmail me against me, and I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic. It's not. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I do not worship the devil. My soul was never for sale. I worship the good God with no misintentions, and when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. Always be yourself. When someone says you don't have potential, or someone doesn't understand your intuition, how you tie your shoe, but it became their issue. Someone didn't understand why you believe in faith. Someone didn't understand why you chose you to overcome mistakes, and you're still being patient with time and day because you're still correcting the rights from the wrongs of the day. And you don't run from your past. That energy is different. Never allow someone to dim your light, and especially when you fall from a hater and you're not trying to hurt yourself or others around you. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Now that's the truth off of me. Always be yourself and don't molest intentions. Today is currently December 7th, 2025. Love is real, love is one of a kind. With the right one truly for you, you chose you. That means it's different. You know, self-love, they wanted you to doubt yourself, but God picked you up to allow you to acknowledge yourself. You are worthy. Everybody don't pray the same, but who would have knew a reality check 101 will allow you to see why you don't overlook yourself when it came to conscience. Hold on a second, motivation hits different when it comes to maturing. Wasn't running from your past. They would never understand. Hold on one second, the light that God endowed with you when it comes to your future, understanding your faith is different. Wasn't in competition with folks that couldn't relate to you. You knew at the end of the day, you couldn't give up on you. They wanted you to be discouraged. They wanted to mislead you. They were sending spoiled toxic ways, right? The leper gods who showing your faith. They would never understand how you picked yourself up. They wanted you to be the test dummy, but God truly allowed you to feel by God allowed you to see why you was truly the miracle. You know, you got folks still trying to test you, trying to antagonize you, still looking for reactions till this day. But being misled at the end of the day by the devil and the enemy, God said, no, not today. When your heavenly mother, Father God, and remove their hands off the well, they would never understand how strong you truly are mentally. Hold on one second. When the outside world that you was mentally unstable, mentally ill, all this toxic stuff at the end of the day, all because you was truly different, understanding the love language that they come relate to, gone within. You know, you wasn't in competition with somebody regardless of their culture, religion. Hold on one second. When it came to their tax bracket, you knew how to respect folks. They said that you thought you was better than somebody, but hold on one second, you was far from dysfunctional. Or because you decide to say, I pour into myself. I respect my boundaries to understand that God's showing my flow. You know, God's swag is different. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame because God was never for selling to keeping it real. You didn't have to, you know, tell a script at the end of the day when it comes to hold on one second. You was far from an actor. And I don't mean no disrespect because it was truly your life. They would never understand at the end of the day how God was showing you better days ahead. Even folks that you ain't gonna make it. They was already labeling you a number. They was already plotting on you, saying that you was a crash out, but you was truly humble. It was days that you didn't have food in your fridge, short on a couple of bills or two at the end of the day. They would never understand how you made it away. You know, because how strong you are mentally. Hold on one second, authenticity gonna bother someone's growth at the end of the day. All because, hold on one second, it was never competition when God gave you a gift to see that you was a miracle. You put the proper tools in and use the right way. Everybody don't use their gifts for good. Hold on one second, but God never overlooked you because you understood how you overcame your mistakes. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. It's not a crime to love yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. And I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman or child or couple or elderly is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, even week, weekend, humanity worthy. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone and I always have since day one, regardless of trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. No, it's a trait of me. Stop the violence. Protect your energy. Protect you and your family. Stay out of trouble. You matter and you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. I walk these streets alone. I would never hurt myself regardless who's trying to plot against me at the end of the day. I put everything in my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God hands, and I say that respectfully. And I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't dibble and dabble with spiritual magic, regardless of trying to blackmail me against me in the day. But I am a truth teller, and I would never hurt myself. And I don't run from he say, she say, regardless if they lie me or not. No, that's a trait of me. I said what I said. It's a trait off for me. Hello. You know, jealousy and envy is real. But we all ain't the same. We all don't pray the same, but when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, respect you, regardless of whatever the subject is at the end of the day, regardless of how they coming into your life. And I say respectfully, relationship-wise, business-wise, or whatever the case may be. They don't look at you like competition, and they're not here to hurt you or bring harm towards you, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And when they truly not for you at the end of the day, they're not gathered up with a hate train. They're not sending you spell work or sending you the evil eye. They know how to keep it pushing. Hello, stupid. We are all not the same. Hello, comments and dumbass. My content is not for everyone. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to blackmail me against me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Peace and respect, some respect, some name, but the ones you may not know them, I gotta go, never, them. You're like, stop the violence. I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself with no misintentions. It's not a crime to be authentic. And I say it respectfully. And it's not a crime to give respect when it's due or give flowers when it's due at the end of the day. It's shared thought for me. My content is not for everyone. We all don't pray the same, and I'm far from a hater. Yeah, that's a trick. I gotta go. Stop the violence.